Namaskar and welcome to the next part of our video lecture series on strategic management. In today's class, we will look at how the internal environment is analyzed using a VRIO framework, where VRIO stands for valuable, rare, inimitable and organized for usage. So what is valuable, what is rare, what is inimitable? Well, we are talking about factors inside the organization. In the internal environment of the organization, there are factors. As we had listed down a couple of videos back, that employees are an internal factor, the management capability is an internal factor, assets, capabilities, resources, all of these are internal factors of an organization. Each of these factors has to be analyzed to find out whether they are a strength or a weakness to the organization. So basically, the VRIO framework helps an organization understand which of its internal factors are strengths and which are not, which are weaknesses. What does it do after the VRIO framework analysis? What is the outcome of the VRIO framework analysis? Well, the organization has clearly been able to identify that these are factors which can be capitalized upon, which can be encashed, and these are certain factors where we need to work upon, where we need to develop these factors so that these weaknesses are either transformed into strengths or altogether eliminated from the system. So we are considering factors. These could be employee strength, could be a first factor, management capability could be another factor, the research and development capability could be another factor. I am just randomly writing down these factors. These ticks and crosses, we will come to each of them and analyze what they mean. At the beginning of this matrix or this analysis, the company asks itself a question. The analyst will ask a question to himself or herself, whether such factor, employees, are our employees valuable to us. The organization may decide or may choose to say yes, or may not choose to say yes, or may deny the fact that employees are not very valuable to us. It may choose that it is rare, yes, our employee satisfaction levels are pretty high. That could be a rare thing to do in this kind of environment. In today's scenario, employee satisfaction is normally low, but in our organization, we have been able to achieve, we have managed to achieve a very rare thing, and that is high employee satisfaction. That could be a rarity, and this factor and this the fact that employees are very satisfied working with us, is the organization considers this as inimitable. Inimitable meaning difficult or costly to imitate, difficult or costly to copy, because these days it is very easy to duplicate anything, be it branding, be it packaging, be it manufacturing processes, be it products. It is very easy to duplicate and very easy to imitate. So things like employee satisfaction, that is something which is very difficult or costly to imitate, because the company has to spend, because the company has to bear expenses to maintain or retain these employees. So that could be considered an inimitable factor. And what does organized for usage mean? Organized for usage basically means that the company has an organizational structure in place. The hierarchy suits this the hierarchy of the organization suits implementation of high employee satisfaction, or achieving high employee satisfaction is possible because the organizational structure allows it to operate in such a way where the employees don't have to go through many approval processes. The employees easily get approvals for their maybe financial sanctions, maybe loan approval is immediately processed, maybe a holiday request is granted immediately, maybe certain perks are received without much hassles. So such factors, they arise due to this fact that the organization has been structured, or the organization has been, the layers of the organization inside the organization have been developed such that employees remain happy. Similarly, the next factor could be, we are just assuming here, these could be anything. So, managerial capability. Here I have crossed it out. Means the strategist believes, or with the help of owners, with the help of proprietor, with the help of major investors, the strategist has arrived at this conclusion that our management capability has been found wanting. We need to develop this particular factor even more. Maybe our management was very strong earlier, but due to certain reasons which were beyond our control, very qualified, very meritorious people in the management have left, have moved on to some other organization. In that case, right now we are bereft of their services. We are not, we don't have that capability to take very risky or high risk decisions. So, is it a very rare thing? Our management capability is not very valuable to us. We do not consider it as very valuable factor. And is it a very rare thing to achieve? No, it is not a very rare thing. I mean, we don't consider our management a very valuable asset to us, and this is not a very rare thing. Many companies exist who do not consider their management a very critical part of their success. Is it inimitable? It can be very easily imitated. So, no, this is also crossed out, because if you don't consider your management a valuable asset, a valuable part of your organization, there is nothing that there is nothing out of world in this fact. So, it is pretty easy to imitate. There are many companies who don't consider their management a very valuable part of their organization. So, is this organized for usage? There is no question of that anymore. So, that is why this will be considered a weakness. Right now, in the present situation, our company doesn't have this particular factor as its strength. It is a weakness. We need to develop this, or we need to altogether remove this. Since the management is a system which cannot be removed from the organization is left with no choice but to develop managerial capability. The management capability can be developed by taking several decisions, like recruiting fresh talent or recruiting experienced people in the management. Next, research and development. Are our research and development capabilities very valuable? We consider them very valuable for our success. Now, if you closely observe, the valuable column has ticks and crosses on those factors which are critical for the success of that organization in this market. So, these factors, whichever factor is valuable, considered valuable by the organization, is also called as the critical success factor. Critical success factor. Employee satisfaction, R&D, the organization considers them to be critical success factors to succeed in a certain environment. So, R&D factor, is it very valuable to us? The strategy maker or the policy maker decides, yes, it is very valuable. Is it rare? No. There are other organizations also with R&D capabilities. Is it inimitable? No. There are other organizations who have established, who have R&D establishments, who have in the past duplicated our products, so it is not inimitable. Is our R&D organized for usage? Yes, we have been using it, we have been leveraging it to achieve success. So, yes, it is organized for usage, and thus it is a strength. Similarly, we can take any number of factors and conclude through the VRIO framework whether each of them is a strength or a weakness. I hope the VRIO framework is clear to you, and we will meet in the next video part to discuss another very important tool to evaluate the internal environment. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.